morning, children. Aloha kako. Ohayo gozaimasu. It's so wonderful to see you. How are you feeling today? Let me put on my magic glasses and let's see who's here. Oh, look. Well, there's Tyrus and Kalena and Benji and Tori and Nolan and Cora and Lilinoy and Meleana. And there's Madison, there's Maddie, and there's Kave and Lena and Kaya and Emmy and Micah. Oh, and there's Kenneth, Lindsay, Sierra, and Wesley. And there's Cadence and Melody and Tide and Cruz, Ison and Jai. And so many other wonderful children from around the world. Hello, children. And I can also see our Dharma School teachers, Auntie Sharon and Auntie Karen. Thank you for coming this morning. Oh, we have a visitor. Who do you think it could be? Do you think it's our special guest? Let me go see. Oh, well, good morning. It's so good to see you. Thank you so much for coming. Please come in. Good morning, children. How are you? It's so nice to see you. So please, come in. Let's have you have a seat right here. Okay. So look, children. It's our special guest, Chuot the mouse, who's come to visit us all the way from Vietnam. Let's welcome our new friend with a big aloha. Aloha! Aloha, children! It's so nice to see you! Well, thank you very much for coming all the way from Vietnam to be with us here this morning. It's my pleasure, Sensei. Good morning, children. What's in the basket that you have? Ah, it's a fish trapper. A fish trapper? Oh my, please show us how it works. Well, you put the fish in here and then you move the trap. It's kind of straightforward, Sensei. Oh, okay, well you find some fish and then you trap them. Ah, very good, I'm gonna have to try that. Wow, because that's just like so cool. And I heard that the Oama are starting to run in Maui. And I thought I'd ask my buddies, Tori and Benji, if they wanted to go Oama fishing together. Well, I know that Uncle Sean would love to go catch plenty Oama. Yes, yes, sir. Sorry, wrong voice. Yes, sir. Hanapa'a. Okay. Well, Sensei could talk about fishing all day. So let's introduce today's Children's Dharma Storybook Time. So let's have you sit here. So today's story time is Kai the Opihi Gets the Point, which will be narrated by Nina Ke'ali'i Wahamana. Ke'ali'i Wahamana, who will be the narrator here. So let's enjoy the story.
Kai the Opihi Gets the Point. Written by Gail Omoto, Jan and Judy Dill. Illustrated by Garrett Omoto. Narrated by Nina Ke'ali'i Wahamana. When you hear this sound, turn the page.
There once was an Opihi. His name was Kai. He was a very sad Opihi, and I'll tell you why. His shell was very flat, you see, not big and pointed like it was supposed to be. Most Opihi have shells that point to the sky. Whenever Kai saw the others, he wanted to cry. His 5 friends tried to help him. They each thought they knew how to make Kai's shell big and pointed too. His first friend, the Puhi, was take the lead. I know, Kai, he said. Eat lots of seaweed. His second friend, the Honu, was much bigger than he. Build up your muscles, she said. Swim along with me. His third friend, the He'e, thought his advice was best. It's simple, Kai, he said. Get lots of rest. His fourth friend, the Eva, thought hard and long. She finally told Kai, try singing a song. His fifth friend, the Papai, looked up from her hole. Keep yourself clean, she said. Make that your goal. Kai tried all of these things that his friends had said, but his shell didn't change. He got tired instead. Poor Kai was so sad. He cried and he cried. I'll never have a pointy shell, he thought with a sigh. And while he sat trying to find his way, he remembered his tutu and wondered what she would say. Kai traveled all day and he traveled all night. Soon he was at Tutu's house explaining his plight. Tutu Opihi was gentle and wise. She listened to Kai with love in her eyes. What do you do when a wave comes your way? I get scared, said Kai, so I never stay. The waves are so big and I am so small. If the waves crashed on me, I'd be nothing at all. Tutu smiled kindly and said, Kai, come near. The next time a wave comes, cling tightly and don't fear. You mean hang on to the rock? Won't the wave wash me away? No, said Tutu. You can hold on all day. I'll give it a try, said Kai with a grin. And the very next day, he went out for a swim. He stretched out on a rock and basked in the sun. But when he saw a wave coming, he wanted to run. Then he remembered what Tutu had said, and decided to stay and hold on instead. Kai made up his mind and he didn't run. And at the end of the day he said, "This is fun!" He hung on all day and he hung on all night, and the waves couldn't budge him despite their might. He hung on for days and days without end, and one day he heard a shout from a friend. "Look at your shell, Kai! It's pointed and strong. Clinging to the rock was the answer all along." Kai saw his reflection bright and clear in the sea, and he said to himself, "Can this really be me?" Then he jumped up and down and gave a big cheer. Tutu was right. Always cling and never fear.
The end. Well, wasn't that a great story, children? What was your favorite part? Really? Yeah. Have you ever let the waves crash on top of your head? Did they get pointy? Is Sensei's head pointy? I don't know. I'll have to look in the mirror next time. Let's see. Have you ever seen a real Opihi? If you have a chance to go look for Opihi, please be very, very careful because Opihi live on the slipperiest rocks where the waves can pound them constantly. So one, you're going to get very wet, and two, if you're not careful, the wave might knock you into the water. And remember, never turn your back on a wave. Always watch the ocean. So just be careful because they're out there. We've actually found them. They're really cool. The other thing that Sensei liked was tutu knows stuff, right? If you ever have a problem you can't solve, try asking your tutu or your tutu kane, your grandma and grandpa. You'd be surprised what amazing things your tutu can teach you. And the other thing I thought was interesting was that because you are all still growing up, so you'll be different when you get bigger. In a couple years, you're going to be much, much different. So don't worry if you're not able to do everything that you see the bigger kids do or you see adults do, because eventually you too are going to grow up and you'll be able to do those things too. And if you stand under the waves, maybe you'll have a pointy head. Now let's say goodbye to our special guest, the mouse, who came all the way from Vietnam to be with us today. So let's say aloha, aloha, aloha. Actually, Sensei, I have a question. Sure, what's that? What can I do for you? Well, actually, I've always wanted to know, why do you only have one voice when you make everybody talk? Well, what are you talking about? You know, you have this really high-pitched voice, just like right now. Well, I have no idea what you mean. Well, you know, it's like I can see your lips moving too. No, you can't. No, you can't. My lips aren't moving. No, yes, they are. See, they're moving right now when I'm talking, and you have this really weird high-pitched voice. Okay. We could talk about this all morning, but we have to go. So let's say goodbye to the children. Thank you very much for coming. So goodbye, children. Bye-bye. Okay, Tori and Benji, grab your fishing poles. Let's go fishing now. Bye.